Morning. It's hay season. So we're trying to get a bit in a bale. So I've got Lily on the rake here. It's a funny sort of a day. The humidity's up. I think the hay's right to go, but it's not testing as though it is. So, and there's a few showers hanging around. So we don't want to go nuts with the rake and rake a heap up, and then have it rain on it. So it's only 13 degrees or something at the moment. So I'm going to, I've just done sort of 3 bales and pulled up. So we were up over 20% moisture. We want it sort of around that 15, something like that, give or take. So I was just going to get Lily to rake up half a dozen rounds, and we're putting 2 together. So we've got a reasonable windrow there, which is nice. So we'll do half a dozen rounds, and then we'll just see. We'll come back later on in the day when it's warmed up a little bit. Hay's got really good colour in it. Fingers crossed we can sort of get it in a bale. They are talking, I think they've got 10 mil of rain tomorrow now, which, it's sort of a bit of an on-again, off-again job. So I've just got Lily's tucker box here. I'll drop it off to her, not that she'll still be here at lunchtime, but so we've got a little John Deere 6140R. So that's pretty good. So I think we're only sort of doing around that 8 kilometres an hour just to make sure we get it all. So it's going okay at the moment. Do you want your lunchbox and your drink bottle? Hang on, my two-way's not turned on. Do you want your lunchbox and your drink bottle? Yeah, so it's looking like it's going to be one of those, same old story. When you start cutting hay, it's a good way. You generally joke that it's a good way to get it to rain. So we'll just see. So I'm going to head back. Tony will be here this morning at some stage. I'm going to head back and load the air seeder, and I've just got a couple of banks to build up with the backhoe. As I've been coming, we sort of flatten the banks back at harvest time, just to get the header through. So I've just got to run around with the backhoe now and just build those couple of banks up. Water seems to be going all right. We'll have a look at that in a minute. But anyway, it'll be good to make a start here and get a bit of this in the bale, but it's going to become a pain in the backside, I think, with the weather. Like the weather forecast I look at, they're back to 25 mil of rain for the weekend now. We're Tuesday today. Tuesday? I don't even know what day of the week it is. I think we're Tuesday. Hay like this on the ground, it just creates work. So that's why we don't want to go hell for leather and rake a heap up and then it rains. So anywho, so we'll come back down here a couple of hours and see what it's looking like then. so water's on. So still a bit through the middle there to fill up. So basically what we do is once we fill it up, we just pull the boards out and drop it to the next bay, and so on and so on and so on. So the water will drain off it. About 12 hours, something like that. The ducks have already found it. They turn up pretty quickly. Yeah, so it's pretty easy really. Like yeah, that's the enjoyable bit about growing it. You're generally not chasing water in the middle of the night. Not that we are that much anymore with the corn anyway when we grow it, but yeah. So this is sort of what they call wishbone. So this is basically what the first flush. So yeah. Anyway, we got this first bank. Built up. Yeah, we'll do the second one and then we'll go and load the seeder. Baling. So get the few out. 82 out. Looks pretty good in a bale. We're going to, Lily's here. She's been raking in front of me, so she's about 4 or 5 rounds in front of me. 5 rounds? 2, 4, yeah, 5 rounds. Old mate's here stacking a few up. Weather report, it's a bit dark. It's getting darker, I think. It's starting to dry out a bit, the hay now, so I'm going to get Lily to pull up and I'll just do probably one more round and we'll knock off, and then yeah, hopefully come back this evening. Well, it's got a bit of dew on it, and just see what the weather does. I've got Tony running on the air seeder, sowing rice, so that's good spot for him out of the dust. So yeah, he's going alright. Just talking to him, he's having a little bit of trouble with the. We were having trouble with the motor on the fertiliser bin, telling us that the amperage is too high, it's raw. So don't know what that was about, but I did ring old mate who we hired off, and he said there might be a clump of fertiliser or something stuck in the roller, so we'll just see. We might run the fert out and see if there's anything floating around the bottom that's sort of, making the roller hard to turn. But yeah, old baler's rocking along alright. I've only had to get out and flick one knot off that it hasn't let go. So yeah, happy days at the moment. The weather report's a bit all over the place. Maybe at lunchtime, she wasn't. I don't think we're going to get heaps, so it'll probably just be enough to delay this job a little bit. So, but our moisture's hanging around that 14%, which is pretty well perfect. On today's episode of What Could Possibly Go Wrong, here at Avondowns Pastoral. So, Lily and I had come back from doing hay and thought we'd just duck up and check the water on the rice, and all of a sudden I actually thought we had a flat front tyre, but Lily jumped out and said, something else is wrong, the wheel's at a funny angle. So what's happened is the nuts come off the end of the bolt that holds I call it a wishbone, but I don't think it is called a wishbone. So the bolt's just worked its way out, and of course we tried to belt it back in, but because it's got a kink in it, it wouldn't go in. So went to town and got a new one. Anyway, we'll get it back in and get it back on the wheels. It's a shit show around here. Back baling. So I had a meeting in town I had to go to just for an hour. Yeah, so I've just got my second last run now, and then that'll be it for tonight. I'm not too sure I don't know what it is. It's only 8 o'clock or something, so it's only early. But they just wanted to. This stuff's probably a little bit on the dry side, but we've sort of raked to here, so that didn't want us to sort of rake up anymore. We sort of didn't want to rake up anymore in case it does rain. So there was talk of sort of sticking someone on the rake and keep baling, but we've sort of bailed on that idea. So pun intended. So yeah, I think we'll end up with 160 or so far, which is not bad going. As I said earlier, it's pretty good stuff, or looks pretty good stuff in a bale. Not too sure what this weather's doing. It's jumping all over the place. So if it doesn't rain, we'll nearly get, I was just talking to the manager here, we'll nearly get all this, what we've got to press now, done by the weekend. There is a reasonable change coming at the weekend. Well, again, it's jumping all over the place too. So, you know, might just be thunderstorms. So, Tony, what did he do? He knocked off a bit after 5:30, I think, so 10 to 6. So we've still got sort of 5 blocks to go there. So I may even go home and have a bit of dinner and go and try and get a bit more of that knocked out. Just want to, one, if it does get wet, it'll be sticky, but two, we sort of need to get the planter back so I want to try and get it knocked out of the road. The water will nearly be ready to change too by the time I get home, so it'll probably work out not too badly. So anyway, there's plenty going on just that time of year, fortunately, more so than any other time. Jump forward a few hours, we're back sowing rice. About to clock over 29 hectares, so we've got, I don't know, 6 or 7 left, 7, something like that, 7 or 8 left. I'll have to fill up again. We've got sort of 2.5 bays left. It's all going well. Has got pretty late. It's been trying to rain, but it hasn't really happened. It's just making the dust stick to everything, so it's all right though. So plan is I'm just gonna finish this out, I think, and then it's done. And then we'll see what the morning brings us to. Just hang on. I'm going to turn around. That didn't work real well. There's the clamp. What was I saying? I'm just going to try and get this done and it's finished then. And then we can see what happens in the morning. If it's not raining, I'll get Lily raking hay. And we'll try and attack that job then. Just get this in, and then if we do get a bit of rain, well, it doesn't matter then. And if it does rain and I get this finished, or I get this finished and then it does rain, I'll be able to have a sleep in. So that'll be all right. Loading. Few spits of rain. Probably the heaviest little shower we've had, to be honest. Right. We always get a bit nervous that we've got enough seed when we get close to the end, so got plenty of food. Alright, I'm heading for home. There's 1 bay left. I've just been looking at the radar. I don't think it's going to rain, or it's not going to rain too much anyway. A couple of mils not going to affect it if it does. It's pretty late, so or early, depends which way you want to swing at it. Just need to run all the seed and bird out and empty it out, so it'll be easy to do it in the daylight. When I get back to the shed, I'm sitting back there now. I'll jump in the buggy and head up and just change the bay. So it's worked out pretty well. The water needs changing at the same time. Knocked off anyway. So sort of plan next few days is just keep getting the water on doing the first flush, and if we don't get too much rain, we'll start and get a bit of hay some of the hay in a bale. So we'll continue getting the hay in a bale. So anyway, plenty happening at the time of year. So I hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.